Excellent, man. Excellent. No, thanks for your time. And I've just been reading some messages. I've just had one in from Stuart House saying, great, he's bang on. I have weekends off. And it's Stuart House definitely has at least a day off a week. I know that. He's on it. He's on it big time. So, yeah.
Well, the thing is, with regards to that, you see, everyone sort of says work-life balance. Well, who wants to work as much as they play? I mean, you've got to be daft, haven't you? So the balance on it. So I say that it's a straight line. And once you know the rules, you always work enough to allow you to play, and you play and you'll know when you need to work. It's all automatic. It's all natural. It's all natural. And you see, the thing is, I say to people, look, if I can work with you and get you time back, so therefore you'll work less and earn more, because we fill our time with rubbish. We pretend, once again, up here, we're lying to ourselves, we're fooling ourselves. We're running around the office with a file with nothing in it, saying, have you seen so-and-so? And we're rushing around, just filling the time. Now, we look busy, but we're not actually doing anything. So the great thing to learn is there's two things, action and efficient action. Now, running around the office with an empty file, pretending to be busy, is action. Efficient action is if you ain't got nothing in the file and nothing to do, sit down, put your feet up and have a cup of tea, because something good will jump into your head. When you relax, the magic happens, you see.
Yeah, I've been playing darts the last few months, and put a dartboard up in the extension on the house. And when I finish this show, I'm normally, it's been 2 hours, well, 3 hours, got an hour before, and then 2 hours of the show. Yeah. And I'm normally pretty like, ready. And people think it's easy, just sit here, he's only doing is sitting there playing music and talks to people every now and then. It's dead easy, this. But my brain's on overdrive, isn't it, all the time? So it's on heightened alert. So I go in there and play darts, it chills me out. But not only that, you're right, I'm relaxed. And then, that's right, I'll go and write that down. I need to do that later. Yeah, that's a great idea. Oh, yeah, wouldn't it be good if...
notepad.
Wouldn't it be good if we did that?
Yeah. Called the holiday brain. You see, when you're relaxed, all the magic happens. But then when you get back into the office with the empty file, you tell yourself, that won't work, because you're going to do your program to just keep pretending. But all the good things, every single thing, when you're on holiday, lying on that lounger with a lovely gin and tonic by the pool and the sun beating down on you, provided you're relaxed, you'll be able to solve every single thing that's going on, and you'll be able to look into the future to things that you want to happen. Now, they're all possible. But as we fly back on the plane, ping, 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 all the rubbish starts jumping in again, and we forget all about it.
I'm laughing because it's so true, isn't it? And I've obviously been around here, and this is being new to a lot of people, but it's not new, because if you sit back and think about it, it is absolutely spot on. You do. Everyone looks. You tell a story about going away on holiday, and now you're thinking in the future, and you can't think of the future. Of course you can. You can imagine the future. You can imagine where you want it to be. We set the station up in 2017, and I had a vision to do X, Y, and Z. And then I still sit here and scratch my head and go, how's that happened? I said last night, if you'd have told me 3 years ago that I'd have had Terry Colburn from Me17 is going to come on the show, and we're promoting his track, and he's done me a jingle, I'd have laughed at you. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Because you allow it to happen. You see, this all works because when you let go, all the time that you want to take control, if you knew how to get to where you want it to be, you'd be there already, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
So if you knew the steps, all you'd have to do is write it down. It's like a business plan ain't worth 2 bob. I don't know what's going to happen this afternoon, do I? But whatever happens, I'm prepared to deal with it, right? So that is the situation that you've got to be. The only thing is, it's not what happens to you, it's how you deal with what happens to you that gets you the results. Okay, you can start panicking and flying around. When you look into the future, when people start a business and they go and they sit down there and they're sitting down there going, oh shit, what if I don't take enough money to earn to pay the rent? And then your mind gets really live about the problems associated with not paying the rent and not paying the wages and doing all this. And we are so clear, crystal clear about it. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, that's what we achieve. But we're so clever at forecasting the bloody wrong things in life. But when I say to you, pitch your mind 5 years in the thing of what you want, not what you think you can get, what you want, people, they start, oh God, they have difficulty doing it because they're not releasing the flow. So it's easy to go and imagine horrible things happening, but you have trouble imagining nice things happening.
Yeah.
You believe the horrible things and you don't believe the nice things. Now, tell me, who worked all that out?
I don't know.
Programming.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's trick. I don't know. I think it's just because people don't want, you don't, as a species, we're trying to protect our, if it's a mother and a father, trying to protect the child, aren't they, from being hurt,
Precisely.
from being, upset, or you don't want, but, you've got to realise that you've got to have these problems. I mean, I've got 3 sons, and my youngest son, some stuff goes on and says, kid, it's called, oh, this is not right, and oh, and this has gone, oh. And I go, do you know what it is? It's called freaking life, son. Learn from it, move on. Don't do it again. Do you know what I mean? Move on from it.
Imagine part of the process of life is learning to walk. And falling down is part of the process of learning to walk. But we go, oh, we pick the baby up, we pat and go like. Now, if we didn't do that, it would never know that that was a consequence of falling over, that someone's going to cuddle you and pat you. It's, just let it get on with it. That's all part of it. A baby wouldn't know how to cry when it fell over if we didn't tell it that if we fall over because we can walk, then that's something that's gone wrong. But falling over in an attempt to learn to walk is part of the process, and we even interfere with that. And that's the most natural thing. That's the most natural thing, isn't it? Learning to walk.
Yeah.
But he fell over. He don't know. The baby don't know. That's all part of it. It's all rubbery little bit of skin, and it falls over.
And they get on, don't they? You're right.
Bangs its head on the table, and it only cries when you get pat it, and if you had the courage, just let the baby do its own thing, right?
Yeah. Parenting tips here from Croz Crossley. Well, you're right.
Who's that?
I said parenting tips from Croz Crossley. Yeah.
I got told off in my book for commenting about how we bring children up.
Oh man, but that's once again, there's no book on that, is there? You bring a child into the world. There's no guide. You've got to do what you think's right for that child, haven't you? You've got to,
because every child's different. Every child's different.
Correct.
My daughter, love her to death, but she's worked for the man. And I couldn't know where that's come from, because me and Val, for 50 odd years, we've been self-employed, entrepreneurial. At a drop of an hat, we'd turn a puddle into a bloody tourist attraction, right? So we've been entrepreneurial, and I couldn't understand. And then the guy I told you I was talking to this morning, he said, Ellie's never been comfortable in that environment because she's been restrained. Now she's got her starting her own business. She's blossomed.
Wow.
Because she when she worked for other people, I think that what she done is she looked for, I'd do that a different way, and it caused a bit of friction because she had a better way of doing it. But now she's got her own business. She's flourishing and letting it all flow. So once again, you see, you've got to be able to express yourself. You've got to be out of what they call being the flow. If you're restricted in any way whatsoever, you're not being natural. You're not relaxed, and things aren't happening. The only place these things come from is from a relaxed situation. If you're stressed in any way at all, you're not coming from that deep place.
Yeah. And you're right, and you've said that. I've heard that before, because you say that if you never make a decision if you're in a state of euphoria or a state of stress because you make the wrong decision.
Precisely.
And you do. You've got to. You need to be in a calm place and go, yeah, wait up, because if you're excited and on a buzz, then it's like a gambler, isn't it? You'll just throw money at stuff and take me money, it's great, and hang on a minute, why did I do that 3 hours later? Yeah. That was the wrong thing to do.
Precisely. And the thing is, you see, when you make a decision when you're stressed, all all you are concerned about is distancing yourself, even if it's the tiniest little bit, from the stress, right? So you start doing things and you amplify the result, right? So you start making stupid, not silly, stupid decisions, because you just want to move yourself a little bit away from the stress. And really what you've got to do is you've got to, as much as possible, relax, look at the situation and pitch yourself a real distance from the stress, right? And then look at that where you want to be, get stressed, realize that it's in your capability to get to that new place, and you can make the stress slowly subside. But none of this is easy because it flies in the face of everything we've been taught.
Yeah, because you're fighting. You talk about build down the pub and everything. Everything's been over time has been we are programmed, aren't we? We're programmed to act and be as we are. That's how we end up being where. I mean, one of the great things from me, and I often think about you in well, not like that, people.
No.
I often think about you in there's one thing you say, that nature's naturally, it's all it wants to do is survive, and it will survive and it'll find places to survive. And I remember a while back I'd swept down the side of the house. I'd swept a load of dirt and everything together, ready to put it in the bin, and forgot about it and left it, and it was behind the gate. And a few days later I went back, and there's all these plants growing out of this little bit of earth that
Yeah.
you know where and it's sat there going, well, I'm programmed to survive, I'm programmed to grow, yeah. I'm gonna grow, and you've given me a bit of an environment here, and that just went into me. It's like you're programmed not to, you know, the nature's programmed to survive, and that's its only job, is to live.
If man had programmed the plants, right, in the summer, if we ever get another one, in the summer, you've got your hanging baskets and the things are all hanging like that, you know, over the side of it. Yeah. You go and give them a bit of water. The next morning, they're all perky and all like that. Now, if man had programmed that, you could have put as much water as you want on it and the plants would have stayed like that, because we're programmed for defeat, for failure. And when you think about it, we're in total control. We are in total control. Change the thought, change the feeling, change the result. End of.
Yeah.
Right? But the point is, that thought that changes the feeling, that changes the result, has got to come from that deep place.
Yeah.
And that's the training, that's the teaching, is to actually have the ability to do that. I annoy the crap out of people. They said, don't you get annoyed at nothing? Like, you know, if you sit there worrying about if a wall's going to fall over, you'll drive yourself mad, because it's not real.
Yeah.
If it fell over, you'd know exactly what to do. Get a barrow and a thing, do it, and right?
Yeah.
But thinking about it falling over, it might fall on that, or I might be here when it falls over. You drive yourself insane. Deal in real. If it ain't real, forget about it.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing you can do.
The what ifs. Oh, what if that? Yes, and we do have to plan for certain things and risk management and all
of
that.
Course, yeah.
We understand that, but you're right, and it's similar to the current situation we find ourselves in. Because I say, well, I'm not worried about it. Oh, well, it's this. Well, what's the point? What is the point of me worrying about it? Because do you know what? I'll either catch it, I won't catch it, and if I catch it, I'll either survive or I'll die. They're the things. That, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've not got it. I'm doing everything in my power not to get it, but I'm following. You know what I mean? I'm doing the sensible things, but I'm still seeing people that I like to see. And if I want to go out on my motorcycle, or go and see someone, well, I'll go and see them. Do you know what I mean? But I'm being sensible in what I'm doing, because. What's the point of stressing about it? It's gonna, you know what I mean? There's no me worrying about whether I'm going to catch something is not going to change anything. In fact, it's just going to make me worse, because I might be in a low ebb, and then when you do catch it, you're going to be even worse. What's the point of stressing about it?
Listen, our immune systems must be shot being banged up for a year. You know, where are we going to go and catch all the snivels and bits and pieces? But listen, right? I forgot what I was going to say then. You actually triggered something there. It doesn't matter. Carry on.
Yeah. So
You
it's no point worrying about it. And it's a bit like when last, 2019, I had my stroke, and then I was recovering from that, and then I found out I'd got a tumour on my skull. I'd part of my skull removed. And I was still doing my radio shows, and I was still doing my stuff. And people were saying, even my mum was saying, well, how can you still be doing that? And you're still upbeat and Perkins? Like, well, I can't give up, can I? If I give up, because three things are going to happen when I go into have this operation. One, I'm going to wake up and everything's hunky dory. Two, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be a bit of a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could affect me in any way. And three, I might die.
Might not wake up.
I can't change any. I can't change any of that. So I've got to think that I'm still going to be here. So I've got to carry on. I can't give up. And and I even said to a really good friend of mine in the States, I said, I'm not scared. I'm actually not scared to die. It's weird. I said, I'm not scared, but I'm really upset because I've got so much stuff I want to do. If I die, I die. I won't know anything about it. Well, I'll be dead. But I've got so much I want to do. That's what's upsetting me, not the fact that I might not be here. It's
precisely.
The fact that...
And see, once again, when you've got a lot to do, what we do is we get all excited and we try and get there too quick. Everything's just got to be unfold naturally, right? All these things. Once you get it all together, it's a wonderful place to be, because you don't chase anything, because what happens to anything you chase?
Runs away.
It runs away. And that don't matter whether it's a woman, money, anything. If you chase it, it will run away. That is just the natural way. So just allow things to come to you. Let them come and find you. Let them be attracted to you. And this is a wonderful place to be, because you realize that you are in control, right? You can sit there licking your wounds and sort of, annoying everyone and being a pain in the bloody ass, right? But you've got the control to be able to change how you feel. And a lot of that comes from making where you are, where you want to be, and not being in this trying to escape mode or living in the past or worrying about the future. Make where you want to be. And once you're relaxed and happy where you are, everything just starts happening towards what you want.
Wonderful. I think we'll have a track, and if you want to come back for the last section, that's be great. Because
if there's anyone got any questions,
well, I've not even been looking at that, but if anyone has got any questions, please let me know, and we'll put them through. On right, because we're on Mixcloud, so I'll check on there. Let's have a track. I'll see if anything's come in. See if anyone's got any pearls of wisdom, or if you want to disagree, then fine. Let's have a chat about it. I did have a track lined up. Oh, it's this one here. Let's have this. Be right back after this. Come on, play. There you go.